Hello and welcome back to Tea for Me Please. Today I wanted to show how to use a cupping set. I know when I first got into tea, I saw them on tea company websites and I ordered one, but I had no idea how to use it. It actually took me quite a while to figure out. Practice definitely makes perfect. So first, what do you use a cupping set for? Generally, you can think of these as kind of a Western style Bayonne, as you're brewing the tea in kind of a concentrated way. And the idea is that these are used during tea evaluation. So instead of just brewing a cup like you normally would for daily consumption, you're going to push a tea to its max so that you can compare it against other teas. And that way that will help you kind of evaluate the tea and any faults it might have and compare it to other teas that are similar. For example, tea buyers will use this method if they are, selecting a lot of Darjeeling tea. So they will kind of go through and compare different options to see which they prefer for their company and their customers' needs. So your cupping set consists of 3 pieces, well, kind of 4 pieces. So you have your cup with a lid. It's a little different than a Bayonne where it almost fits more like a teapot lid. If you can find them, I do prefer ones that kind of have teeth here where not all of them do. They might just have like a single little hole there. You'll also have a cup, also a spoon, which is what you would use to slurp your tea when you're tasting it. So to start, you're going to put exactly 2 grams of leaves into your cup. And then you're going to take fully boiling water. And you're going to let that brew for 6 minutes. You can brew in this cupping set the way that you normally would brew tea, but I find it's much easier to use an infuser basket or a normal teapot and strainer instead of a cupping set unless you're actually evaluating a tea. So the tea that I'm using is a broken orange Pico from the Nilda Lukande estate in Sri Lanka, also known as Ceylon. So it's just a pure unflavored black tea. And so once your tea is done, you're just going to hold the lid on firmly, and over your cup, you're going to tilt and kind of allow the tea to be decanted. That part can be really tricky. Your lid's going to fall off, it's going to fall in your cup. Lots of things can go wrong. And that part definitely takes practice, but it's only tea, so don't worry if your lid falls in or something like that. You might make a mess, but it's only tea. Don't worry too much about it. So you can kind of open your cup to kind of look at what the wet leaves look like. You can kind of give them a smell to see, what aromas they might have. And basically you'll take your spoon, which is a lot like kind of what you might have at a restaurant with like your miso soup. And so basically you'll just kind of scoop up the tea, and it's really important here to slurp. First, because it does cool off the tea so that you don't burn your mouth, but it also helps to make sure that the tea gets into all of the areas of your mouth, your palate, and all of your taste buds to make sure that you experience everything that's there in the cup. And so you don't need to be obnoxious with your slurp, but you definitely want to give a good slurp. This is a more broken grade of tea. It definitely comes through in the cup that even though we brewed it for 6 minutes with fully boiling water, which can be a lot for this kind of tea, it doesn't really get bitter in comparison where if it was a very low quality tea, it would kind of bring out those unpleasant characteristics in the tea when you're sipping it. And so there you have it. I hope that that was helpful. Have you ever used a cupping set, and have you ever had trouble pouring with it? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.